Imagine standing in the airport security line, everything organized, everything ready, your carry-on perfectly packed, and then, boom, you get pulled aside because your bag suddenly doesn't meet the new carry-on guidelines. What changed? Why is this happening so often now? And why do different airports and even different agents seem to follow completely different rules? Here's the truth most travelers don't realize. Carry-on rules are no longer universal. Airlines, airports, and security screening agencies have quietly shifted policies, not with public announcements, but through small enforcement changes, new tech scanners, and stricter dimension and weight checks. Not because they want order, but because carry-on restrictions are now one of the most profitable parts of air travel. Today, I'm going to walk you through the real carry-on rules for 2025 and beyond, the ones most travelers never hear about until it's too late, plus the smart, quiet ways experienced travelers protect themselves, avoid fees, and sometimes even walk into the cabin with more than other passengers while still following policy. By the end of this video, you'll know how to carry more, pay less, and glide through boarding like someone who understands how modern air travel really works. Let's unlock what airlines don't openly say, but absolutely enforce. Rule shift number 1, the visual volume test. Most travelers still focus on measurements printed online, length, width, height. But in real airports, measurements are now only half the game. What agents really look at today is volume perception. How full your bag appears. If it looks expanded, if it looks tight, if the zippers are stressed, that's when they measure. That's when they weigh, and that's when you pay. Modern airports aren't chasing exact inches. They're scanning for overstuffing. And here's the twist. Even if your bag technically fits the size limit, if it appears bulky, you can be stopped. Smart travelers know this. Instead of packing to the edge, they pack flat, compression cubes over stuffing cubes, flexible materials over hard-shell luggage, side compression straps pulled tight, not loose. Think of it like this. Carry-on enforcement begins with appearance, not dimensions. Professional travelers don't go to war with airline staff. They simply make their bag look effortless. Rule shift number 2, the new underseat reality. Years ago, personal item meant a purse, laptop bag, or backpack. Today, for many airlines, it's effectively becoming a mini carry-on. But here's the catch. They've also shrunk the underseat dimensions on many aircraft. So yes, you can bring something larger, but only if it compresses. Rigid personal item bags are the new red flag. Soft shell, low-profile bags, they slide right through. Imagine this scenario. 2 travelers walk up. One has a rectangular structured mini suitcase labeled personal item. The other has a soft backpack that molds to the space. Who gets stopped? Who gets silently waved on? Airlines don't want the confrontation. They want plausible control. So what's the move? Choose a personal item that adapts, packs flat when needed, compresses under pressure, doesn't hold a rigid shape, looks small when carried. And here's the secret so many pros use. Wear a jacket with zip pockets. That becomes your hidden zero-rule carry. When space looks minimal, your pocket storage becomes priceless. Rule shift number 3, the smart bag crackdown. A few years ago, everyone bought smart luggage, bags with power banks built in. Now, those same bags are being flagged, questioned, and sometimes rejected entirely if the battery isn't removable. Why the problem? Airline fire safety rules tighten quietly. The battery must be removable, and not technically removable, but obviously removable. Agents are now asking, can you take out the battery right now? If it's complicated, if you hesitate, if you need tools, your bag is now considered a risk. The strategy here is simple. If you're traveling with smart luggage, know exactly how to remove the battery fast. Practice it before you fly. Confidence when asked changes outcomes. Airports don't want drama, they want speed. And the smoother you are, the easier things go. Rule shift number 4, weight checks in new places. If you've only flown domestic US, you might think weight checks don't apply to carry-ons. But internationally, And increasingly on U.S. connecting flights, weight checks are back. Not at check-in, not even at security. Instead, at the gate. That's when enforcement hits hardest, because by then, you've already passed all other checkpoints. This means the old trick of walking past check-in with a heavy bag no longer works everywhere. But there's a more sophisticated trick seasoned flyers use. Wear the weight. Don't pack it. Travel vests, jackets with pocket organization, and even neck pouches redistribute weight away from your measured luggage. No arguing, no stress, just physics and policy. And here's the subtle psychological element. When you look comfortable and light, nobody weighs your bag. Rule shift number 5, the one layer out rule. Security scanners are more advanced now. New CT scanners can see through bags more clearly, but not everywhere. Some airports now enforce a subtle instruction. Remove the top layer of items in your carry-on. It's not a universal rule, so travelers get caught off guard. Suddenly they're repacking at security, flustered, holding up the line and drawing attention. Professionals avoid this chaos by packing in layers, laptop near the top, liquids easy to reach, flat items above bulky ones, and never, ever stuffing things randomly last minute. Chaos packing creates chaos screening. Airport success starts at home with deliberate packing. Rule shift number 6, hidden liquids enforcement. Yes, the liquid rule is still active in many places, even though some countries have begun relaxing it. But here's the twist most people miss. It's not the size of your liquids bag, it's the visibility. If your liquids are neatly organized and clearly within limits, agents usually ignore you. If your liquids are buried, mixed in pockets, unclear, that's when they stop you. Airport rules are evolving, but human nature isn't. A clean bag signals respect and readiness. A messy bag signals confusion, and confusion triggers checks. Pro travelers don't pack toiletries like civilians. They pre-sort, pre-show, and keep everything visible. The airport is a stage, and your bag presentation is part of the performance. Rule shift number 7, wheel count and handle traps. This one surprises most travelers. Many new aircraft storage bins, especially on ultra-low-cost carriers, are now tighter in depth. That means the difference between a 2-wheel bag and a 4-wheel spinner suddenly matters more than ever. Spinners lose storage space because the wheels stick out. 2-wheel rollers tuck inside dimensions more smoothly. Nobody talks about this, but watch boarding closely. Who gets stopped? Structure and wheel design play a huge role. And here's a quietly powerful tactic. If you have a spinner, board early. Space priority matters. But if you board late, stow your bag wheels out. Handles outward make it look like the bag fits tighter. Little things change outcomes. Rule shift number 8, personal item, mouthfeel checks. This one is almost psychological. Agents now focus on how easy it looks for you to carry your bag. If your bag looks heavy, if you're straining, if you're dragging, that's when they enforce rules. The appearance test returns again, but now on your body. Travelers who move calmly, carry lightly, and look prepared rarely get challenged. So what do pros do? They never struggle publicly. If a bag feels heavy, they set it down casually, not heaving it, just resting. Air travel is a theater. Confidence earns grace. By the way, if you're enjoying discovering these hidden travel truths that shape real-world flying, make sure you're subscribed to BoardiFly. This channel is built for travelers who want to fly smarter, not just cheaper. The ones who don't want to be surprised at the airport and who believe knowledge is the real upgrade. Back to it, because the next shift is one even frequent flyers are only just starting to notice. Rule shift number 9, the bag tag signal. Some airports now quietly place stickers or tags on bags when they suspect they'll be oversized or overweight. It's subtle. A little dot, a small colored tag, or even a digital notation at check-in. If your bag gets flagged early, gate agents know to stop you later. So how do seasoned travelers avoid this? They do something simple but powerful. They never volunteer their bag for inspection unless required. They carry the bag confidently. They make eye contact and smile. Calm, never anxious. Airline staff are trained to identify hesitation. Certainty avoids tagging. And if you do get tagged, ask politely, is this simply a scan marker or do I need to recheck size right now? Confidence invites fairness. Rule shift number 10, the laptop bag loophole. A fascinating trend. Laptop bags and professional briefcases are rarely measured, even when they carry more than a backpack. Why? Business travelers historically drove airline policies, and business travelers demanded laptop bag flexibility. So if you have extra items, tech, documents, chargers, small clothing items, placing them in a slim laptop tote often avoids attention entirely. It's not about cheating rules. It's about aligning with established norms. When your items look intentional, they aren't questioned. Rule shift number 11, the duty-free exception, still alive. Even in tight regulation, one principle remains. Airports never restrict duty-free merchandise. Why? Because duty-free sales benefit airlines and airports financially. So yes, the classic flyer trick still works. If you're struggling with space, buy a small duty-free bag and place items inside. It's not a loophole. It's the system's own logic. Airports protect revenue streams, not your packing constraints. It's always easier to travel with the current than against it. Rule shift number 12. Jacket storage is now mainstream. Remember when stuffing pockets looked suspicious? Not anymore. Airport staff see it constantly now, especially with travel jackets designed to carry tablets, chargers, and personal items. It's not hidden, it's not sneaky, it's efficient. But here's the etiquette rule. When going through security, place your jacket in its own bin confidently. Don't try to hide weight. Open visibility equals trust. Once through, everything goes back in smoothly. Seasoned flyers treat pockets as extensions of their carry-on, not contraband. Rule shift number 13, water bottle proofing. Security doesn't just enforce liquid limits. They now enforce proof of emptiness. So here's the smart tactic. Carry a reusable bottle visible and fully open through screening. Let them see it's empty. No questions asked. Airport rhythms reward cooperation. Visibility speeds everything. Then fill up at the fountain after security. Never before? It's a small move, but small moves build a traveler's profile as prepared, efficient, and non-disruptive. Those are the travelers who rarely get challenged. Rule shift number 14, overhead bin priority battles. Airlines increasingly monetize bin space. Basic fare passengers get boarded later, meaning bins may be full. But here's the insider truth. Overhead bins aren't always full. They're often inefficiently loaded. Seasoned travelers board when their group is called. Not late, not first, if unnecessary. Scan for side bins near first class instead of above their seat. Rotate bags wheels in, handles out for tighter fit. Use aisle side bins first. Aisle travelers place upward facing first. And remember, you are allowed to rearrange your own bin to make space. Politely and calmly. Not aggressively, not with frustration, with quiet, confident purpose. Other travelers follow the tone you set. Rule shift number 15, the soft item insurance policy. With tight bins, many travelers panic when storage space runs low. So here's a professional trick. Pack one soft, compressible item, hoodie, tote bag, scarf, on the outside of your luggage or in hand. If you need to squeeze your bag into a tight bin or under the seat, remove the soft item first. Your bag instantly shrinks. It looks natural, not strategic. Air travel is less about rules, more about fluidity. And pros prepare for every configuration. Rule shift number 16, gate check power dynamics. When a flight runs out of space, gate agents sometimes require carry-ons to be checked. But here's what most travelers miss. You can request valet check or planeside return on many airlines, especially for small roller bags. That means your bag gets returned at the aircraft door, not the baggage carousel. This isn't about arguing. It's about politely asking, can this be returned planeside? Most agents say yes. and you avoid waiting at the destination belt. Less time wasted, more trip enjoyed. Rule shift number 17, soft versus hard case reality. Hard shell luggage looks premium, but soft shell bags win more boarding battles. Why? They compress under pressure, they flex into tight bins, they create the fits easily perception. They attract less scrutiny because they look lighter. Hard case equals fixed dimensions. Soft case equals flexibility. Airlines enforce rules against certainty, not potential, and well-traveled flyers choose adaptability. Rule shift number 18, children and family carry-on policy flexibility. Traveling with children? Here's something airlines rarely highlight. Diaper bags, stroller bags, and breast milk cooler bags often do not count as carry-ons, but families rarely assert this, so they get told one bag each. Simply knowing the truth changes the experience. The airport isn't always hostile, it's procedural. Those who know procedure move freely. Rule shift number 19, the check bag carry-on reversal. Sometimes the smartest carry-on strategy is actually checking one bag, not because it's necessary, but because it unlocks priority boarding, guaranteed bin space for others in your group, stress-free walking through security, and hands-free boarding. The game isn't never checking a bag. It's choosing the right bag for the right trip. Master travelers don't cling to one method. They choose tools situationally. That flexibility is power. Rule shift number 20, flight attendant's silent standard. Here's something few talk about. Flight attendants generally avoid policing bags unless they must. Why? Because their priority is safety, not baggage compliance. If you walk on confident, composed, and direct, they assume you're within rules. If you walk on flustered, overwhelmed, and apologetic, they assume there's a problem. Air travel rewards composure, not perfection, composure. Think about what we've uncovered today. Carry-on rules didn't suddenly get harsh. They became flexible and strategic, not fixed, not purely mathematical, fluid. And modern travel isn't about memorizing numbers. It's about understanding how airports think, how staff interpret space, how systems reward preparedness, how perception shapes enforcement. You don't need to fight the rules. You just need to move like someone who knows them intimately. So here's your takeaway mindset. Travel with intention, pack with strategy, walk with confidence. Because when you act like a traveler who belongs, the airport treats you like one. At security, pack in layers, show liquids, carry confidence. At boarding, appear light, move calm, place bags smartly. At the gate, ask questions confidently, request plainside returns when needed. Through the airport, use pocket storage, compress bags, stay composed. The rules didn't get scarier, they got smarter. And now so have you. What's the most surprising carry-on rule you've encountered recently? Or the best trick you've learned to maximize your space? Drop it in the comments. Your experience helps other smart travelers. If you found this eye-opening, subscribe to BoardiFly for more real travel intelligence. Not theories, not hype. Just the insider knowledge that helps you fly better every single time. Until next time, fly smarter.